Well, it's time now for Ask the Expert, and even though the kids are off from school during the holidays, experts say it is best to keep their brains engaged and active during the break. And today we're joined by Kevin Pasqua, Executive Director of Learning RX, to talk about ways to keep kids' brains kind of turned on, even though they may have kind of turned off for the holiday break. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
So I know a lot of times during the holiday break, kids, even parents, they kind of just like to veg out and maybe not think about things they have to think about. Is that okay?
Well, you know, we kind of say the vegging out's okay, but even vegging out should be done in moderation. You know, we're big fans of let's have a balance between both fun physical and fun mental activities. Notice I said fun for both. You know, let's keep the fun in it. And, you know, this time of year, kids get lots of gifts in the form of screens, either a phone or computer, something like that. Limit the screen time. Screens are, you know, they can be fun and educational, but definitely limit the screen time.
So what ways do we keep their, you know, brains engaged? The old school games that you brought here, are those some of the ways to do it?
Those are certainly some of the ways to do it. I mean, I'll start with a couple of other things. Set aside time for reading. That's a really good thing to do. It's okay for especially older kids, you know, talk to them starting next week about what's coming up. But then for fun mental and physical activities, we're big fans of the games.
Yeah, so you brought old school, I mean, Jenga. I mean, we've all played this at some point or another in our life. It's a game of skill, I guess.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you know, with Jenga, it's a game of skill. You get a little bit of physical science with it because you got to watch which way the tower's leaning. So that's, you know, that's kind of fun. We're big fans of card games because you have strategy, you have to count. You know, we've got this old style cribbage board here. Cubits, this is a relatively new game.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, but it's one where you're doing strategy, but you also have to mimic puzzles, so it's working on visual processing and visual acuity, so that's a good thing to do. And it's, you know, again, it's fun. And then the sequence game, that's a combination of cards and counting, and it's kind of a board game. And so you've got the strategy, a little bit of math, pattern recognition. But it's fun, and it's good for, you know, basically kids, I think 8 and up, things like that. But it's you know, again, emphasis on fun, but doing multiple activities.
You mentioned screens, and I know obviously a lot of people probably just opened up some screens yesterday, some new screens or maybe new games to play on them. Some of those games, I guess, could make you learn in some ways.
Well, there certainly are some good apps out there that can help kids with learning. But there is also a lot of science, and a lot of studies are starting to show that the excessive screen time is really not good for us. It actually is starting to diminish our attention. So it's kind of a counteractive process. So that's why we say limit the screen time and, you know, get more of the physical activities and more of the games. Do stuff outside.
All right. Do stuff outside, keep the brain energized. That's what we got to do.
Exactly.
Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. If you've got a question for our experts, you can email them at asktheexpert@today'stmj4.com. You can also leave a voicemail. The number is 967-5253.